I'm Andrew.
And welcome back to another episode of Smash Chat.
Yeah.
And,
Smash Chat number 2.
Yeah, we got a pretty exciting discussion for today. We're basically going to talk about our impressions of MLG, as well as our predictions for the coming tournaments like CEO and EVO. So, yeah, where do you want to begin with this thing?
Let's just talk about MLG, but I want to just talk about the tournament experience for both players and viewers. And how somebody at MLG needs to make a decision to go over to Twitch at some point. So, I like the chat. I think the Twitch chat is generally stupid. There's not a lot of quality coming at it. But you see reactions. And it's a funny community to
That's
see.
true.
So you see a lot of reactions rolling by.
In the tournament element, it's pretty fun.
Exactly. In the tournament element, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you see reactions and you see, like, what just happened? And, like, there's no chance to ask questions. But it's purely a reactionary thing, and I think that's fine.
It's kind of like when we were on the phone call in the middle of the tournament, and I was telling you right before you got on, and I'm like, so Mewtwo King is fighting. Oh my gosh!
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't like the fact that they have a whole chat system. You have to link it to Twitter and do that whole thing. It's kind of annoying. I get why they did it. Main problem, there's like 60 seconds of ads every set?
Okay, I was gonna ask, is that usually like MLG?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And
it was
I thought it
awful.
wasn't going to be that bad for Smash, but it was so fucking bad.
And it was that stupid Pizza Hut commercial.
Cheddar. Every single time.
It's like, make it stop, please.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Gonna pound my head in a wall.
It was so bad. So yeah, MLG really needs to get a hold of that.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, they did stuff, and it started out that, I mean, the whole thing was late. Just the stream in general was late by like an hour. And then once they got it going, then they were having people come on stage, warm up, play the game, and then they would have pre and post interviews.
Right.
And then they had to
with a commercial in between.
Each with a commercial in between each segment. And it's like, okay, we need to stop that. Like, you don't have time anymore.
No.
The spinning logo thing, luckily that went away on day 2. But they would have it so, like, the players would start, and they would already be 10 seconds into a match, and the spinning logo is still going down to the bottom to settle on the bottom part. And it was a nice presentation. Yeah. But it's right in the middle of what we're trying to watch.
Exactly. I will admit, though, I was really into that, like, waiting logos music. They got good music taste.
They actually,
I gotta find out.
They're pretty good music, normally. Like, they had, one time they were playing this weird jazz, and I was like, that's not normally what MLG plays. But they had, like, decent, like, waiting music. Right, it was okay, you know? Production-wise, it's very good. Well, like, that's hard. It's hard to say that, because it's not really.
There's certain aspects, yes, but way too much ads and other junk.
There's just too much stuff.
Yeah.
You need to, like, let people play.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the same thing that happened on day 1 for the players is apparently the bracket was, like, 5 or 6 hours late.
Really?
And so they didn't even start open bracket till like 7 o'clock, which is terrible. And I guess bracket software broke, and they had a huge problem, and so that whole thing was kind of resolved by day 2. But basically, the consensus, I think, for most of the players there too, was that it wasn't for open bracket. It wasn't great at all.
Are you talking about the off-screen open bracket? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I think that like. The main players we were watching were on time.
No. Like, the pro bracket was very well run. Yeah. You know, tournament-wise. They had a ref there every single time. Right. I mean, that was great. But open bracket-wise, apparently it was not.
Total neglect.
It was really bad. So, and I'm not really surprised. Yeah. Because MLG has problems with, you know, they weren't even, there was this roped-off player area, apparently, with a bunch of CRTs. And they wouldn't let people watch matches.
That's weird.
So they were like, "No, you need to leave because it's a fire code thing."
Oh boy!
What are you talking about? So there's a lot of, I don't know. There's just a lot of, like, organizational wise. I think MLG needed to work on that. The one thing I did see is that I saw, I think his name's Solid Jake. He's the guy who, like, runs the tournament on Reddit and on Twitter. talking about we're fixing it. And on day 2, I saw a lot of improvement. Okay. They were still showing ads, but I thought that was okay. It was at least decent, and it didn't take up that much time. Mm-hmm. They had warm-up setups this time. They were bringing people in 2 or 3 matches early to have them warm up before they got on stage. So I felt like it was better run day 2 and 3. But player-wise and play-wise, it was really good. Yeah. There was a lot of really good play.
It was definitely. But I'm just going to get this out of my system right now. Mango won again.
Okay, so Mango won again. But honestly, I didn't expect that.
No, I don't think a lot of people did. We were saying before, how good PPMD was. And
PPMD got locked into his Marth. And he shouldn't have. He always got beat with his Falco, so he's like, well, I'll just go to Marth. But then, what happened with Mewtwo King is, Mewtwo King's like, well, then I can just beat your Marth. And so he did, 3 or 4 times.
But the weird thing is about that is, the one Marth match he did with Mango, he totally destroyed him. But then he went back to Falco and then got beaten again.
That must be a stage switch.
You think so with that vast of a difference? Wasn't it a 2-stock or a 3-stock lead or something?
I don't know.
It was a pretty bad beat.
He went to Pokemon Stadium and I don't know, he switched back to Falco and
I mean, apparently I guess that's more advantageous for the Spaceys. But I mean, when you have such an advantage of a character, it's sometimes a tough call between the stage. It's
that was definitely strange. It seemed as though PPMD was wanting to use his Marth a lot more. Yeah. And then it got to the point where people just figured out his Marth. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So it was just a little... I really was kind of disappointed with the way that whole thing worked out. Mm-hmm. It seemed to me like PPMD wasn't playing his best sometimes. Yeah. Which may not be his fault. I mean, it was just maybe the tournament nerves or whatever. But he seemed kind of iffy sometimes. Other people, however,
I was really impressed with M2K.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. M2K played really well. He would pull out stuff that, I don't think anybody expected. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, damn. He looked so good.
Yeah, it seemed...
the whole tournament.
Yeah, usually, I guess, he's more known for, losing worse when the chips are down kind of thing.
Yeah, he gets very, he gets into his own head. And then he loses.
Right. He's got a lot of mental blocks, but he really seemed to break through that this time,
It didn't happen a lot. I was really, really glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, he just fought and fought harder.
It didn't even happen against Armada. And I was really glad to see that he was
an incredible match.
Yeah, and I was really glad to see that he was like, no, I'm not giving up. I can still win. No.
And me personally, I was super happy that he was rocking the Sheik so hard, you know?
Well, I mean, I'm not. I hate seeing Sheik in competitive play, but I will say that M2K this tournament, I was liking the shit he was doing. Beautiful. He was doing some really nice stuff. Now, favorite player to watch of the Big Five though, hands down has to be Armada. Every single time he did a punish, I was like, what the fuck? Where did you pull that out from?
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted him to win. Yeah. But he came up against Mango, and Mango, of course, he clutches it out. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's going to be able to take him out. I honestly thought Leffen would do better, too. But Leffen got pretty wrecked. Yeah. And I was kind of disappointed, because I'm like, I wanted him to at least, show somebody what was up. Right. But he looked like a normal Fox a lot. He just was doing normal stuff. Right. He had some amazing combos against PPMD, though. The one with all the up airs, do you remember that one against PPMD? Mm-hmm. Shit, that's such a good combo. I was like, oh my god, where did you pull that out? Yeah. It was really good. So, there was stuff like that I was like, I wanted to see more of that from him. I felt like we didn't. Right. He may be more warmed up for EVO, though. So we may see Leffen come out again and do really well.
Another one that was just absolutely incredible was what you're talking
about. Axe. God damn it, dude. Arizona is the best.
Holy crap.
Axe, please keep winning.
5th place. Took out Hungry Box.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He did.
And he went pretty close up against PVMD once, right?
He did, yeah.
And beat Mewtwo King.
He beat Mewtwo King. He was the one to send Mewtwo King to losers.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And I don't think Mewtwo King was expecting that. Axe was playing out of his mind.
Right.
Mewtwo King made a mistake and I think got in his own head again a little bit in there during
and
the match.
I think at the moment, he had the advantage of players not taking him too seriously or not being used to Pikachu as much kind of thing. You know?
And I think, they all know who Axe is. They've all played him before. Yeah. But there was something about this tournament, and there was something about that weekend. He was just playing out of his mind the whole time.
He looked incredible. It
time,
was not a fluke. Yeah.
Dude, every time he hit somebody with a nair, I'm like, that's going to lead into 3 or 4 hits.
Yeah.
And it did.
Right.
Every single time.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looked so good.
I think that Axe's acceleration to the top of the brackets is what made me more happy than anything else in this tournament, because we're seeing this trend where so many competitive players are like, oh, nobody can beat Spacey, so I gotta be a Spacey kind of thing. No. As far as I can tell, no one can see a ceiling to this game. Seriously. And Axe is a prime example of where you can push any character to their limits and be absolutely incredible with it.
And you really can. And he may not ever win a major. Maybe not. But he showed off that Pikachu is really fucking good.
He came pretty damn high in this major tournament. Yeah.
So, I was just really glad to see that he went that far in the first place. I want to see him back. And he'll be at EVO.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So I'm really looking
and I think he is a great example to just encourage people to just stick to their guns, no matter what character they're like. When someone just starting out in the competitive scene and is like, oh, I like Pikachu, but Fox is better, blah blah blah. It's like, are you as good as Axe's Pikachu? No. Well, then you can still progress as Pikachu. Yeah. Don't give up hope. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. It's tough to. Yeah, sometimes it's tough to make those judgments from I want to get good and just I want to be competitive immediately. Then maybe you should choose a higher tier. But honestly, most people, that's not going to happen for most people, and they will be better off by choosing a character that they can improve with.
And that they really like,
So, I'm just glad to see him doing that. Obviously, we're not huge competitive players, and we play the characters we like. Yeah. You happen to play a high tier. Not because she's high tier.
It's just she fits like a glove with my style,
So, I don't know. It just doesn't, at this point, it's kind of like, play who you want. And I'm really glad that Axe speaks to that a lot.
Right, absolutely.
He's just an amazing player. And this goes a little bit against what we were just talking about, but also his Falco is really good. I was like... Damn. I saw a little bit of kind of his Falco at other tournaments, and it's really good. So, if anybody can... If he ever runs across people who start to know the Pikachu matchup, Fox becomes too difficult, I hope that he doesn't,
give up on Pikachu?
Yeah. Because I want him to keep doing that. But, in case he does, his Fox is still entertaining. His Falco is still entertaining.
Which I was kind of happy in the same way that... M2K stuck to Sheik so much, because he's kind of leaning in the Fox direction too.
But he plays Fox occasionally.
No, rock the Sheik.
I feel like he really thinks Fox is overrated at this point, though, because he's playing a lot more Marth than Sheik. Yeah. And he just wrecks people as Fox with Marth. It's disgusting sometimes. So I don't know. I kind of feel like he's the one person right now that's like, I don't need to play Fox. I'll bring him out occasionally, but I got it,
And after watching this tournament, I realized, I gotta support the M2K, because he's right now he's the only Titan rocking Sheik, in the top group.
That's a good point.
So it's I can learn so much. It's
you can learn a lot from M2K Sheik.
Exactly. I've kind of just recently been following all these tournaments and stuff, so I can really... This is I feel like I'm observing in a new light kind of thing, especially with M2K Sheik, and I'm actually learning a lot. One thing that really caught my eye was when he faced Axe again there's this one life where he did like basically a fair wall going up and down the fairs and stuff against him, and then doing the A down. I'm like, holy crap, I want that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that,
He's really smart. He's really, really smart. He's probably the smartest player.
Absolutely. I still say he needs to slow down on the edge game. Because, my gosh.
Those mistakes.
Exactly. Lots of self-destructs, and it hardly seems to pay off, you know?
It really, it's really unfortunate, actually. He does that against Foxes a lot.
Like, me, Marshall, and Aaron were watching him, and every time he was, like, dancing on the edge, we were like, stop it, get off now, stop!
I mean, as long as he doesn't try, because he just wave dashes off the side too many, or air dodges off the side too many times by trying to wave dash. I think, his edge game is the best.
Absolutely.
100%. But
it's just, most people just plain don't take that crap and just start shooting lasers or something like that.
So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah.
Speaking of what happens to people, what are your predictions for EVO? CEO's coming up this weekend, for those that don't know. I believe the Twitch, it's just twitch.tv/ maybe CEO Gaming.
Yeah.
Or it might be Video Game Boot Camp. I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
But anyway, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Follow people on Twitter. They always blast that stuff out. But so CEO's coming up this week. For CEO, I don't know who's going to be there. I know there are a couple Titans. Like, I know M2K and Hungrybox are going. Oh. And I'm pretty sure Mango is.
Yeah.
In fact, no, Mango is definitely going. So if anybody, based on previous results, is going to win, it's going to be Mango.
Yeah.
But it's Hungrybox's home turf. He is from Florida. So maybe that has something to do with it. Who knows?
Maybe.
Hungrybox isn't looking too strong right now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's really fucking good. But as far as with against the other four, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. And Mango just seems to be impossible. Like, there are people who, like, beat him here and there, but when it always comes to the major events, Mango just, like, closes it.
So you think it's going to be Mango again for EVO?
I don't have much hope right now.
All right. So here's the thing. Armada is really good. And if Armada can really, like, be playing well at EVO, I think he's going to be the one to knock Mango into losers, if anybody will. Any of the Titans.
Wobbles is retired, right?
Wobbles is gone. Yeah. So so I think if anybody's going to knock Mango into losers, it's going to be Armada. I don't know, and that kind of depends if they're on the same side of the bracket, obviously. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen if they don't meet, because I think Mango would run through most people.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that either M2K or PBMD really steps up. And if they do, they can really be Mango.
I guess we were talking about, like, how well, like, Mango can rebound, etc., and it's like, PPMD learned, Mango learned back. You know what I mean?
That's very true. I don't know, maybe PPMD can learn back again. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
So I think it's going to be Mango again. I think if anybody's looking, it's going to be him. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. The one thing I want from the future tournaments are M2K rocking more chic.
All right.
I'd like to see that.
Solid. I want to see a Game & Watch at some point.
Right?
I think
that would be really amazing.
It's never going to happen. But
Did you see the matches with M2K randomly pulling at Captain Falcon?
That was amazing.
It was pretty awesome to watch.
His Captain Falcon is so basic, and yet it works.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but it 100% works.
It would be really cool if he starts using him more, too.
That would be actually really awesome.
Yeah.
But then he'd play everybody. He already plays everybody.
He's awesome. He's just that awesome.
Alright, well, that was Smash Chat number 2.
Yep.
CEO's coming up this weekend, so you guys should tune into that. EVO's coming up in 3 weekends, almost, I think.
2. The 11th, or like the 12th.
Yeah, so that's 3 from now, right? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, 2 or 3 weekends from now, whatever.
Very close.
You might be right, probably too. So yeah, tune into that. For sure, tune into that. That's going to be hype.
It's going to be insane.
And I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
For Smash Chat number 3.
Yep. See you later.
See you guys.